Hi YouTube, Donut here. This is a training video. There are shots fired in it, but none of the shots hit anyone. I think that might still be acceptable as per your terms, or they're a little gray there. I don't know what is or what isn't, but let's hope so. Hi everyone else, Donut here. Today I just want to take a little bit of time out of your day to do some criminal domestic violence training and also point out a person who's stealing our precious oxygen. You may have seen a headline the past week or two that sounds something like, "Man live streams police shooting on Instagram." Well, we're going to break that down today. What a lot of the big news agencies aren't showing is what happens leading up to the actual shooting taking place. It's a few minutes of the suspect filming himself live on Instagram, and I think it's actually pretty important for some CDV training. So listen up, folks who are going into criminal justice or people who want to be a cop, because I'm going to use some pretty common terms in that world today. First term is battered woman syndrome. If you're a cop, you know what I'm talking about. You've probably dealt with this a lot before. Dude beats up woman. Woman begs you not to arrest him. You arrest guy. She bails him out at jail. You're back at the house the next week for the same thing. In professional terms, battered woman syndrome is a psychological condition and describes a pattern of behavior that develops in victims of domestic violence as a result of serious long-term abuse. BWS is dangerous primarily because it can lead to what some scholars say is learned helplessness or psychological paralysis, where the victim becomes so depressed, defeated, and passive that she believes she is incapable of leaving her abuser. We're actually going to see that in this video. Which leads me to another term you're going to hear a lot in policing, the cycle of violence, or the cycle of domestic violence. There are a few different explanations for this, but they usually revolve around three different stages. Tension building stage, pretty self-explanatory. The abusive incident stage, also pretty self-explanatory. And the honeymoon stage, which is where the abuser apologizes, tries to justify his behavior, and everything is cool for a while until the tension building stage starts all over again. So why were police on scene that led up to this dumbass filming himself shooting at them? Multiple witnesses spotted 23-year-old suspect Laforest Gray Jr. pull his wife out of a car by her hair, punch her, and drag her through the parking lot. Gray, being the genius that he is, starts live streaming himself on Instagram as soon as police arrive on scene. This is the opposite of invoking your Fifth Amendment rights to remain quiet, not self-incriminate yourself, by the way. So police arrive on scene. How does Gray react to that?
You want? You pulled up? Pull up then. Pull up since you pulled up. Can you stop? Bitch, had that same energy. Bitch, what's up? You pulled up, right? So pull up.
The scene is set up a little bit like this. You can clearly see the officer with a spotlight pointed at Gray, with Gray standing in the garage beside a yellow car. His wife that he just beat up is in the worst possible place she could be, in between the cops and the angry guy who is concealing a gun. We've talked about this a ton on this channel. Domestic violence situations are some of the most dangerous calls that officers can respond to. The second most dangerous call that an officer can respond to is a dumbass looking for internet clout. This is altogether a terrible situation for the arriving officers. Gray starts demanding that the officers show their hands and move their hands away from their waist.
I got shit on my waist, pussy. Fuck you. I know what's in your fucking waist, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Ass cracker. Fuck you. That's why I'm fucking your white hoe. Cracker. Fuck you.
This is like when you tell a child to do something and they go, "No, you do it." Same logic and maturity level right here.
You pull up like that fool. Pulling up and be like, that ain't cool, nigga. You.
The police might have pulled up like that because you just beat a woman in front of multiple witnesses. The suspect is pretty dense, and he just keeps proving it time and time again for the next few minutes.
Who the fuck calls the police? Who calls the police?
The way that situations are taught like this across the country is you pull up on a CDV scene. After you secure the scene, you separate both parties. Officers are trying to do that right now by calling her to them, separating the parties, but she's refusing to do so.
Lily, stand in front of the light right there. Stand in front of the light. Stand in front of the light. In front of the light. Right, stop moving, fuck. Stop fucking moving. Damn, shut your ass up, bitch. Get the fucking away the light. You yelling at me like that doesn't help. Damn.
They're not about to leave their cover and concealment, which I mean a car door is more concealment than cover. They're not going to run out there in the open without filling the situation out a little bit more, so that's why they're trying to call her to them. We're going to skip a little over 2 minutes ahead from this point because it's literally just him cursing at police, being mean to that girl, and refusing to follow any kind of orders. So right here at about 3 minutes 28 seconds in, he reaches into the car. I think that's the point where he gets his gun.
Let me see the bag, yo. Let me see the bag. No, don't.
Sir, everything is fine.
No, they're not. She just told you she's fine.
At about 4:15, he starts talking about turning it up live and taking one for the team. And that's when the officers say, nope, we're getting this female out of here now. He's not showing his hands, he's not following any kind of orders, and he's getting more and more agitated.
Really finna turn up on this ass, bro. Y'all finna see this shit live, bro. Straight up, y'all finna see this shit live, bro. I'll take one for the team, yo. I swear to God. I swear to God. What's up? What's up? Come here. Come here. Come here. Rachel, come here. Rachel, come here. Get your hands off of her, nigga. Get your fucking hands off of her. Get your hands off of her. Get your hands off of her. Get your fucking hands off of her. Rachel, come here. Rachel, come here.
After they pull Rachel away, he pulls out a silver gun and pops off one shot at the police.
Get your hands off of her. Rachel, come here. Rachel, come here. Bruh. Bruh. Come here. Come here.
The officers on scene return fire. They didn't hit anything. Fortunately for the officers, Gray didn't hit anything. Now, before you start thinking that everyone in the video shoots like a stormtrooper, you got to remember from the police perspective, it's probably a little bit difficult to get shots off on someone who fires one shot at you and then dives on the ground right after. As far as the suspect's accuracy goes with popping off that one shot, I'm honestly surprised he knows which end the bullet comes out of. This part right here kills me. He shows a bullet hole in the wall and seems really shocked that the police returned fire on him.
Look at this shit right now, bro. What the f***, bro?
And then he starts yelling for his girlfriend to come to him after he fired a shot at police.
You, Rachel, come here!
So what happened afterwards? They called him out. He was still having trouble following directions, and he got bork nom nommed a little bit. Local news outlets interviewed the girlfriend afterwards, and she said, I told the police to leave. Everything is fine. Every couple argues. Stay out of our business. There is no need for police to be there. I just want to go ahead and say that my husband didn't shoot. I don't believe he ever shot. She went on to say if police would have just left when I asked them to, because that's our business, everything would have been fine. It's really stressful to have to watch, to be pulled out of the garage and have to watch my husband be attacked by like 10 police officers and then a K9 and them carry him past me by his arms and legs with his stomach on the ground. Gray is now facing 4 charges of attempted first-degree murder, battery on a law enforcement officer with a firearm, and domestic violence battery. Well, everyone, that's all I have for you today. I know that police training, especially CDV training, can be boring as hell, so maybe this video will make it to some police academies or some criminal justice classes. I guess I'm going to be jumping off of here now and jumping on over to twitch.tv/donutoperator. I hope to see you all there. If you want to help support the channel, you can do so. Patreon.com/donutoperator. Donutoperator.com for some super sweet merch. Or like I said, just come hang out at Twitch. Glock 48 review coming soon. Until next time, everyone. This is Donut. Please have a fantastic day.